Hi guys, my name is Sadie Moss and I'll be giving my intro and conclusion on my speech about how to plant a garden. Alright, so while I was completing my Young Women's Medallion qualifications when I was about 14 years old, I decided to grow a garden. This took all spring to satisfy the 10-hour project in my fifth section. While gardening may seem like a simple task, it actually takes a lot more work than you would think. I thought it would be an easy 10-hour project just to get it done, to get my medallion done, but it took a lot more work and endurance than I thought it would. I've been 4 years. It's one of my favorite hobbies, and I've learned about the perfect plants to grow and the perfect soil to use. They allow you to spend time outdoors with fresh air. They give you a sense of accomplishment when you're cooking a meal using your newly grown peas and cabbage and carrots and potatoes. It's so fun. Gardens not only allow you to spend time outdoors, but while creating and maintaining a successful garden, main steps that we're going to talk about today. The first one is deciding the size of produce in your garden. So you have to decide how big your garden is going to be, whether you want it to take up your full backyard, a quarter of your backyard, however you want to decide to do that, personal choice there. You want to produce in your garden. With that one, it's mostly like if your family doesn't like tomatoes, don't grow tomatoes. And then the next step is planting the garden. While planting the garden, you have to figure out into the soil you have to plant each seed, and then the next step is maintaining that garden that you just planted. And while maintaining, hardest for me is going out there a couple times a week and pulling weeds. It was hardest for me because I couldn't figure out what was a weed and what was my plant growing in my garden. It was very tricky when a piece of your garden, whether it's a sprout, I wasn't sure. And then the fourth step is protecting your garden. I grew my garden in Idaho, so in the middle of spring when I'd be planting my garden, we'd get a cold front and it would snow or rain or be so cold. And so you've got to protect your garden from that or else it will freeze and it just won't go well. And number 5 is harvesting your garden. My favorite part is seeing everything that you've grown and you're able to pick it, eat it, and it tastes so good. Alright, as you can see, gardening gardening may take a little more work than you thought it would, but the benefits definitely make it worth it. Now you know how to decide the size of your garden, the produce of your garden, how to plant, maintain, protect, and harvest your garden. I challenge you all to begin the preparations of gardening and plant this spring.